Hello, everyone, and welcome to another impactful episode of Stories That Impact, number 64. Today, I have a lovely guest, Manoj Sharma. Hi, Manoj, how are you doing?
Hi Amit, I'm doing great and it's great to be here. I have listened to many impactful stories on this show and it's great to be here today.
Great, great. Thank you very much, Manoj. And like I say to all my guests, the pleasure is always mine. Well, before I give out to Manoj and ask him some uncomfortable questions that I always do, just kidding, let me share something about him. So, Manoj Sharma, he's passionate to eradicate unhealthy lifestyles from this world. Born in a small village in Rajasthan, that's in India, Manoj completed his engineering from one of the premier colleges, that is IIT. And thereafter, he worked in one of the biggest PSU, that's public sector companies, and one of the fastest growing agri-tech startups. He also founded a successful eco-friendly products business. Manoj has been blessed with an enriching experience of both traditional and modern life. Suffering from the stress, laziness, and obesity and uncontrolled negative thinking, he was determined that he will kept on exploring new solutions implementing in his life. And after some time, he was able to successfully overcome unhealthy lifestyle and also write a best-selling book called as Simplify Habits for Healthy You. It's a pleasure to introduce him because, like me, many of my viewers, you guys, probably are suffering from an unhealthy lifestyle. Now, let me first ask Manoj. Manoj, how do you define unhealthy lifestyle?
Yes, Amit. So unhealthy lifestyle is something which is affecting our health negatively. And I was suffering from unhealthy lifestyle for many years. And
Hmm.
there are different aspects of it. It can be related to eating, it can be related to our physical activity and any other thing. Most of the things affects our health. If we do them right, then it has positive effect. If we don't do it right, then it has negative effect. So all those things comes in unhealthy lifestyle.
So for you, when did it all started? Like when did you actually realize that, oh, this is my unhealthy life? And what are the what are the symptoms? How would one come to know that, oh, I'm actually living a crappy life or maybe unhealthy in that way?
Yeah, so I had this realization like 4 years back in the year 2018, and that was the time when I started having symptoms of unhealthy lifestyle. Before that, also I was following unhealthy lifestyle for almost like 11 years since my college days. But I started feeling those health issues in the year 2018, like obesity, stress, laziness, being confused, that uncontrolled negative thinking going on in the mind. And then
Wow.
my wife was suffering from a severe lifestyle disease, tonsil issue. And I saw many of friends around me who were suffering from lifestyle diseases. They had to go hospitalized. So those were the things which made me realize that boss, this is not the right thing, because I was someone who always wanted to do something big in life, and because of these health issues, I was not able to give my best. I was not able to perform at whatever I was doing to the level I wanted to. So that was affecting every aspect of my life. And when I realized, then I started working on it, that how can I get rid of it so that I have the health which gives me the capability to give my best, so that I can achieve best in my life. So that was the realization.
Wow. So you're an IIT pass out, and for the viewers outside India, specific IIT is one of the most recognized institute. I'm sure it's recognized worldwide. Uh, I want to understand that, because see, I have a lot of working experience as well, and sometimes I do realize that I might not be that obese, but I'm still not that slim and trim. Okay, so how does one understand that, this is a problem? How can one know that, okay, I am actually living an unhealthy lifestyle, apart from the symptoms that you said?
Yeah, so the symptoms I mentioned, like that, there are many symptoms which gives
Hmm.
us signals that okay, we are not living a healthy lifestyle. So if I talk about Ayurveda, there are eight symptoms or parameters mentioned, which covers overall health. And whenever I am talking about health, I am talking about overall health, be it physical, mental, or spiritual, because all are interconnected.
Hmm.
So if I talk about the symptoms, one is like obesity, overweight, and then comes the laziness. Then
Okay.
if your bowel movement is proper or not, and then if your sleep is deep or continuous or not. Then comes thinking, what kind of thinking you have most of the time. Is it positive or is it negative? Like
Okay.
that.
Wow. I'm just putting it on the system here as well so that people can understand.
And
So
if
you're
your
saying that.
skin is clear or not, because our skin is also reflection of our inner health. So
Wow.
that is also one of the symptoms.
Okay.
So these are the initial symptoms. If we do not take care of it right time, then they comes out as lifestyle diseases.
And how do you define lifestyle disease?
So there are many diseases which are happening mostly because of our unhealthy lifestyle.
Hmm.
They are the major cause for that. These diseases were not there earlier at this scale. So in last few decades, when our lifestyle has changed, mostly negative in a negative way, then these diseases has increased a lot. Be it obesity, diabetes, cancer, hypertension, high BP, or thyroid problem, tonsil problems. There
Wow.
are many related to stomach also, and heart disease. So these are the diseases.
So when you, and as a child, you, how would you describe yourself? Were you like obese child, or were you like a healthy boy, a skinny boy? How were you?
So I consider myself very fortunate that I was very healthy as a child all through my school days. It only started during the college time when I went out of house and was living in hostel. So environment changed because of that. My lifestyle changed. But before that, I was born in a village. So we were mostly eating house cooked healthy food. Ingredients were pure and environment was pure. And also I came from a traditional family, so there were some set rules, some daily routines which we were conditioned to follow. So because of that, I was a healthy child mostly through childhood.
Nice. Yeah, and the reason I asked is because I wanted to make a connection basically between your early days and how did you land up in that mess, right? So yeah, so thanks for letting us know, because you came from a background, and it's where you had good pure food probably to eat, and like you said, you're healthy. Now, when you were during your college days, you passed out, and by 2018, you know what exactly made you thought at 2018 that breaking point, why was that a breaking point in your life? Why didn't it happen in 2017? Because it's been going on for a while. What exactly happened in 2018?
Yeah, so before 2018 also, I was thinking on this thing that okay, I should improve on my health, but it was not that conscious. I was not that aware. But in the year 2018, my wife, she suffered from tonsils problem.
Hmm.
Tonsils is a organ in our throat area. So
Hmm.
she used to have very severe pain. It used to be very difficult to eat or speak, and it used to happen every few weeks, every alternate weeks. So that was a big problem which we were facing. And once it became very severe, and we went to earlier we were just taking pills advised by the doctor, but it was just managing. It was not curing it.
Hmm.
So then we went to the doctor, and doctor said that they need to do operation and they need to remove this organ, tonsil. So we were like, isn't there any other solution other than removing that organ? Isn't it a necessary part of our body? So we didn't wanted to do that. So that's when I started doing some research online on this thing, and then I realized that it is a lifestyle disease. It is happening because we are following unhealthy lifestyle, and then we decided together that okay, we need to improve our lifestyle so that we do not need to suffer like this. And already I was having some symptoms which were affecting my life also. So these things combined, and then we made decision and started implementing things.
Wow, wow. I can certainly imagine, because you when you both are not well, there's also, it also spoils the whole mood and the environment and the relation in a way, right? So do you have children?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
So now you both decided that you need a lifestyle change. So what are the steps that you took?
Yeah, so I started doing research online and reading books related to the same thing. And whatever I realized, I started implementing them. Like first is eating habits, like what we are eating, when we are eating, uh, and then physical activity, doing exercise, and like that. So I started doing that, but for almost 2 years I struggled. We struggled with this. Sometimes we will do, then we will not do. So it was happening like that. We were not consistent with it, but certainly we were realizing some benefits, and we were improving on it. But for almost 2 years, like I struggled with it. So
Yeah,
avoiding
because
eating outside packaged food, which has chemicals and preservatives. So like that, we started implementing.
hmm. Because that was the thing. Because before that, there's a comment that got like few minutes back from Asmit Sharma saying congratulations, Manoj. Uh, I wanted to understand that this is exactly what happened, right? People think that I'm gonna change, and one of the most important things is that they get onto some fad diets. Did you guys get onto any fad diet, or any not get rich quick, but get slim quick schemes or something like that?
Yeah, some of the things we tried, and I also used to have this thought in my mind at that time that I need to do lots of physical activity, workout to be fit. So like those were the things in my mind, but they didn't work out. So I kept on looking for new solutions.
Why do you think they don't work out? Like,
So oh
sorry,
yeah.
so like, if you do when I think that I have to lose weight, the first thing in my head comes is that, oh, I should be very much physical, like doing. Why don't you think that works out?
Yeah, so over these years, last 3 4 years, I had many realizations on this journey. So
Hmm.
one of them is this that actually everyone wants good health. Everyone wants good health for themselves, but still they are not healthy. They are not able to implement healthy lifestyle. They know what needs to be done, but still they are not able to do it. So one of the reason is this, because the way we have been conditioned, be it information we are getting from different sources, like this way you will be able to implement and improve your health level, but those are not sustainable. Doing extreme workout, completely drastically changing your eating habits, your diet, they are not sustainable, because
Hmm.
whenever you try to bring drastic change in your life, your mind doesn't accept that, and it backfires. So for
Hmm.
few days, because you have lots of motivation, you will be able to do it. But your motivation is not always constant. It's not always high. Someday it goes down. Something bad happens in your life. Your motivation goes down, and then you stop following these things. So it's not sustainable. That's why it doesn't work.
Wow. That's really nice when you said that, sometimes motivation, because I think a lot of people, I do it sometimes. We tend to focus a lot on willpower, like, how much I can go and sustain, and the day that willpower breaks, it just shatters everything. What do you think is the reason behind the motivation not being constant?
So it's not constant because it depends on many things, many external
Hmm.
factors, and those external factors are not in our hand. So whenever something bad happens in your life, it affects your motivation, and then your motivation goes down. So there has been many studies in human behavior and habit science related to this. And so for creating any habit, you cannot depend on motivation, because you to create something a habit, you need to be consistent with it. You
Hmm.
need to do it on regular basis. Then it becomes a habit. And when we say habit, it's something which is a natural part of your life, just the way we brush our teeth.
Hmm.
So we have been doing it for so many for a long time, and now we don't need to think about it. We don't need to make any conscious effort for it. So like we have two different minds. One is conscious mind, one is unconscious mind. But so conscious, if you want to do something with conscious mind, it requires lots of energy. It will drain your energy. So you cannot do everything with your conscious mind. And there is a system of unconscious mind which requires very less energy.
Hmm.
So more than 50-60% of our daily activities we do using our unconscious mind. They are our habits, just like brushing our teeth, driving our car, taking bath, so many things. So if you want to create a sustainable healthy lifestyle, then we need to create healthy habits just the way we brush our teeth. And that happens when we are consistent with it for many days. And for that, you cannot depend on your motivation. It should be in a way that even when you have low motivation, you should be able to follow that routine. Then only you will be able to consistent, and then only it will become a habit.
True.
I just say that habits makes our life easy
Hmm.
because it requires very less energy. Nowadays, I can say that for like doing exercise, meditation, eating right, I don't need to put so much conscious effort. I have been doing it for long time, so now it is happening automatically in my life. Earlier, it was not like that. Every day for doing exercise, I need to make conscious effort, lots of effort. That used to drain my energy, and now,
Well, that's really well said, that habits makes our life easy. uh because you actually made it very simple in a way, because see, here's the point. When you start something new, and I completely understand this, because when my child wanted to start brushing his teeth, it's a pain. It's a pain because he's not developed the habit, but now since it's a habit, so it's easy. So it's really really very simple sentence, but very impactful, because I've never thought it in this way, that habits can make your life easy. So thanks for sharing that. It's really profound, I would say. So now tell me about, now we want to build habits. Okay, so we know there's a bad lifestyle, and that creates certain problems in our life. So the next step is, how can I build, or what are the habits are, or how to build habit on the first place, or how can I first understand, uh like, clarity of mind, for example, things like that. First, how can I ensure that I understand my body, my mind is pretty clear to understand things, and then I can build the habits. How to go by that in a stepwise form, or what you did basically after 2018.
yeah. So I tried many things, and over these years in this journey, I once I when I did analysis and thinking on this, then I realized that there are some missing pieces, and that's what I have covered in my book, Simplify Habits for Healthy You. Because today there is lots of information available online on healthy habits. People know that what they need to do, But issue comes in the implementation. They are not able to implement those things. So that has been my focus, that okay, how can I simplify this process of implementation of healthy habits? So whatever the missing pieces I found from my own journey, that I have covered. That is my objective to talk about. So one of them is like how to create sustainable habits. So that is one thing we need to understand, and for that we need to understand our human behavior, because we have a human nature, which is a natural part of us. And if we try to fight with that, then it becomes a problem. For a good life, we need to align with our human nature. Then it's a smooth journey. Then it's a sustainable thing. So if I talk, and these are very simple concepts which we can apply. So like if we talk about anything which is difficult, as a human, we try to avoid that. We don't want to get into that.
True.
And we know that we cannot depend on motivation, it's fluctuating. So
Mm.
what option do you have? You can make it easy to do. So like when you want to create a habit of exercise, doing like you want to do 30 minutes 1 hour exercise, and for doing that, what you can do is just, I talk about 1 minute rule. So you can create a rule of 1 minute exercise in your life, and doing 1 minute exercise is easy to do. You can do it any day, how busy, how much busy you are, whatever your
True.
motivation is, you can do it every day. And when you can do it every day, when you are consistent, then it becomes your habit. Then it becomes just like brushing your teeth. So every day you will not need to make any conscious effort for that. It will become automatic in your life. And when you have high motivation, you can always do like 15 minutes, 30 minutes exercise. But the day when you have low motivation, you do that 1 minute exercise, 1 minute rule. So you can apply this in everything, be it meditation or any other thing. Whatever you want to develop habit, just make it easy to do, because that
Yeah.
is our human nature. And
That. Yeah. Go on.
what happens is when we are consistent with any routine, then for everything there are neural patterns in our mind.
Mm.
So when we are consistent, then those neural patterns becomes stronger and stronger. And when you do it consistently for many days, they are strong enough. Then it becomes natural to you. So that is how it works. Like this, there are many concepts which we can use.
Wow.
The basic
Wow.
thing is just align yourself with human nature. Don't try to fight with yourself.
Yeah, that's really another profound statement that you made, is that don't try to fight fight your human nature, because that's really nice. And the way you explained and how fantastic it is that when you just, if you're not motivated, it's a dull day, it's a dead day. And if you have this 1 minute rule, and it's absolutely correct that 1 minute is not a big time at all, absolutely not. We spend hours and hours in surfing on the phone, so 1 minute is definitely very less. And how that 1 minute can help you build those neural patterns inside the brain, and eventually form a habit so that it's now painless. And like you said, habits that will make your life easy. Wow, that's fantastic. And do you have your book? I think, do you have your book handy with you? Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
yes,
So that's the name of the book. Simplify Habits for Healthy You. Fantastic. What else do you have in the book that you can guide us and help us here? Like, what else do you talk about when it comes to lifestyle and tips? If we can share
yes.
some.
Yeah, so like I have covered five major missing pieces, the gaps which I have found in current scenario. So that I have covered. So one is building sustainable habits, how to do that. Another thing is that we need to seek clarity of mind. We need to have that calm mind. Then only we are able to implement things which we want to implement in our life. Otherwise, what happens is, and it has become a big issue nowadays, because we have so many distractions, we have so much information which we are consuming, and because of that, there is this uncontrolled thinking in our mind. It has always been there, but now it has increased because
Yeah.
in the world we are living today. And when we have that uncontrolled thinking, that basically creates a confused mind.
Hmm.
And then we are not able to implement things which we want to implement in our life because we are not paying enough attention.
Yeah.
We just think for a few moments, okay, I should do exercise. But later on, just you just forget it because there is so much information your brain needs to process.
True.
So, to implement anything in our life, we need to have that calm mind when there are less number of thoughts. Our thinking is controlled. We can focus wherever we want to focus. So, we need to achieve that state. And once we have that, then it becomes easy to implement, be it healthy lifestyle or any other thing in our life. And for achieving that calmness in our mind, there are many things which has helped me and which can help anyone. So, and we know them, but basically we just don't implement them. So, like I
Mm.
also did meditation in first time in the year 2016. I went for a 10-day Vipassana meditation program, and
Mm.
I realized that it's something very good for me. Within those 10 days, I was able to have that clarity in my mind. But those days, I didn't know how to create it a habit. So after a few days or a few weeks, it just stopped. But I had that realization. So later on, I started working on that, and I have been doing it consistently for like few years, and it has benefited me a lot. And it's just like food to our mind. The way we feed our body, we also need to feed our mind, and we need to train our mind. So doing meditation, we do that, and it needs to be done every day. And people problem is that initially you will not be able to concentrate when you will sit for meditation, but that's perfectly all right. It comes with practice. It takes many days, many weeks.
Mm.
So that is one thing which has helped me, like that, avoiding unnecessary exposure to information. So earlier I used to just check news on my phone, and that used to unconsciously it used to take a few hours, whole day just checking this news, that news. So because of that, also unnecessary exposure, it affects our thinking. And if we avoid that, then it definitely can help for being focused and having that calm mind. And there are many things like just taking walk in nature. When we do that, it helps. And when we write down our thoughts, then it also helps in settling our thinking. So,
Wow.
like this, there are many things which I have covered in the book, which can help to have that calm mind so that we can implement things which we really want to.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So now I think, wow, it's, it's always happens like whenever I have my guest, it never, we keep chatting and the time just goes on. Uh, and we have somebody here. Kamlesh says hello. Hello, Kamlesh. Uh, so Manoj, so you got that book. Now tell me, if people, what exactly you're doing these days? How? So you transformed your life. You made sure that you are taken care of. We can see that you're no more obese. We can see that physically by looking at you. And you're happy. You're doing well. How do you help people? Like, what if, one of the viewers want to connect with you, or if I want to connect with you, how would we do that? Of course I've shared the link, but what is it that you can help people with?
Yeah, man. So I was always like a purpose-driven person. I don't know why and how, but I was that way since childhood. Like I saw that there are financial problems in the family, so I was like, I will solve that. For that, I studied hard and went to IIT, and then I realized that there are problems in our society, in our country, which people are facing. So then I decided that I want to be someone who wants to contribute for the betterment of that. So I have been like that for many years, and some of the things I implemented, but I didn't utilize my potential. And because I also mentioned earlier, because of this unhealthy lifestyle, I was blocking my own capacities, my own potential. So that is one realization I had once I implemented healthy lifestyle. I can see that I can perform better. I can give my best every day with that calm mind and activeness. So that has helped me, and now I want to help many people with this thing so that they can also give their best. Because I know many people from my college and job years, they have great potential, but now when I see when we talk, they are not able to utilize their potential, and because they are stuck in many ways. And one of the major concern is health,
Hmm.
physical, mental, everything it covers. So I want to help people with that so that they can overcome this challenge, and they can give their best, they can utilize their potential. And for that, this book is the first step, uh, where I have tried to share my learnings and experience. And other than that, I am also taking some batches where I am conduct helping people to implement these things. Uh,
Okay.
I'm hand holding them. So that is what I'm doing.
Great. Great. And so now people can basically connect with you, and I'm just sharing the link again here on chat. Uh, if somebody is out, there you go. So when you can click on the link, you will connect to Manoj via many areas. That is Facebook, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and other. Manoj, may I also request you that whenever you get a chance, could you just paste the Amazon link? If the book is on Amazon, could you just paste the link so that people can go and buy it? Okay.
Sure.
Because the whole idea is that the whole point of the purpose of the show is just not to create impact verbally. I want to make sure that anybody who is actually suffering, and this is the very huge area, pain area in the entire world, okay, globally. And what Manoj has done is it's just not the words, because he has transformed himself to a point where he can, sustain it for a longer period. So it's not a get slim quick scheme here. You actually understand a lot from your mental background. You understand your body. You understand how you can get a clarity of mind, and then you can focus on certain things to create habits. So please go ahead and click on the link which Manoj will share, and grab the book. And of course, if you want to connect more with Manoj, do that as well. So Manoj, it's been a pleasure. Always, I extend my timeline of the show. It always happens because whenever I'm with my guests, this time flies. uh, I have one last question for you. And this is a common question actually that I ask to all my guests, is that, do you think that sharing stories can impact?
Yeah, I can say from my own experience, because there are many stories which has impacted my life. And if I start during childhood, I used to hear stories from my grandfather, especially the Ramayana. So many times I have heard that, and today, even today, also I remember that, and that has helped me build those values within me from those stories. And I also remember that when I was preparing for IIT, at that time I came across article which was mentioning a story of Nandan Nilekani from Infosys. So that also triggered me to explore the world of entrepreneurship, and because that is the way we can impact at a larger scale. So yes, many stories have impacted my life, and they definitely impact everyone's.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Absolutely true. And that's wonderful. So I would love to, before I hand over to Manoj for last words and closure of the show, I would just like to inform that for everybody here listening, you want to connect with Manoj Sharma, please click on the link. It's there on all the three platforms, that's Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Manoj would be kind enough to also share his Amazon link, which has his book. So please grab it and connect with him, understand how exactly, what exactly is a poor lifestyle, what are the symptoms of it, how you can change. And I'm very sure that Manoj will extend a helping hand to guide you further to take your life into a better area. A healthy lifestyle means that you are, it will not take away all your stress, but at least it will give you enough courage and enough health to take care of the stress that is coming through. We already been through a lot of stress in terms of COVID. There'll be plenty more to come, right? So that's what healthy lifestyle will take care of you in that terms. And if you want to connect with me and get onto my show, just ping me and I'll ping you back. With that, Manoj, I would love to say thank you very much and thank you for coming on to my show and sharing your wisdom. Over to you for the last words, closing remarks.
Thank you, Amit, and it's been a pleasure to be here and share my story. And you are doing a wonderful job of bringing many people and sharing these inspiring stories. So one thing, if I say that it's very simple, that ask yourself that you want good health for yourself, but somehow you are not able to implement things which can give you good health. So you just need to look for the answers, and there are answers, there are solutions available. Many people have done that. Just look for the solutions and implement those things in your life, and definitely you will be able to overcome any challenge which you are facing in your life.
Well said. Well said. With that, I'm not going to repeat the same thing. I'll leave it with the cachet that Manoj has. Manoj, thank you very much. And thank you to all the lovely viewers. Have a wonderful rest of your day if you're in India and rest of your night if you're in Melbourne. Have a wonderful day. Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you, Manoj.